looks like the real thing.
I think it is real.
Where do they get things like that?
I assume from being as close as we are to the naval yards that it's all Navy surplus. A lot of this stuff is...
It looks like it might be from part of a submarine because everything on subs is very low. That's how Dr. Mark's got his start.
They hire tall people to walk bend over.
Yeah. This is fantastic.
It's great. This supposedly goes through the water like the thing that attaches to airplanes when they come into the hangar. You know, the submarine is in the water over there somewhere, and the building is this way, and then this telescopes out. And we have all miniatures of all of this happening.
And we have your pretty co-star here, don't we?
Flipper. This is Belinda J. Montgomery, the first one on this
How do you do?
This is Patrick Duffy, and
How do you do?
I'm Michael Delaney Dowd. And let's have a fight. We'll all talk with the little girls from here on out.
Let's sit right there.
Oh, right.
It looks like The Man from Atlantis is going to be a big, big hit, judging from the numbers I read about when it was, the pilot was put on the air.
Yeah.
Are you thrilled about that?
Yeah, when we did the pilot, we never expected to hear from these people again. You know, it was like, you go home after your work and that's it. Yeah, it's so technical that we're very surprised.
And steady work. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that lovely?
How do you adjust to something like that? You said you had 4 slim years or something, and this is really the first
4 years
steady job.
I was building a bathroom in the valley when I got this job, and there was no wall on the outer
Was there a house around the bathroom?
There was a,
No, I thought you were just building a bathroom in the
kinky
valley.
Hollywood people living in that. And this woman, for about 3 months after I started working on the show, had a bathroom that when she sat where she was sitting, that she'd watch traffic go by on Ventura Boulevard. You know,
And
she
he wouldn't
kept
fix
giving
it.
these panic calls to me and saying, "Do you know anyone who can put a wall out?"
You're from a family of actors, huh?
Yes.
Tell me about that. Starting with whom?
My father, Elliot Montgomery, is a Canadian actor and writer, and my brother goes by Lee H. Montgomery. It's actually Elliot Harcourt Montgomery III, but that's too long on the credit, takes up everybody else's.
No room on the marquee for anyone else.
No, and he's done a number of movies and a lot of television down here. And my sister, Tanis Montgomery, has done a lot of stuff too, so
We have
it's
a lot of
crazy.
viewers in Canada. What part of Canada are you from?
Toronto and originally out in Manitoba.
Oh, it's
Okay.
so beautiful up there. Do you go back?
No, never. Yeah, I was back once a couple of years ago to do a film.
Patrick, when your family gets together for a reunion, does everybody sound like Pat O'Brien?
They do. My father's the only one of 7 boys born in the United States, and they're all...
Your father's from a 7-boy family?
Yes.
My father's from a 5-boy family, and I had all daughters. Is that weird?
Isn't that weird? Yeah. And I've got a boy, so I broke the...
Yeah, you broke the spell.
Yeah.
The mold.
I broke the mold. But yeah, when they get around, they're not a lot of them left now. Irish seem to have a penchant for doing themselves in.
They still let you know when they're Irish, though, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
I love that. They're so proud of that.
It's great. And there's a little brogue every once in a while that comes in. That comes in even to, I think, to our speech pattern when we're talking that we have to watch, because some people think I washed up on Killarney Beach instead of Santa
And
Monica.
Galway Coast or something.
Tell us about the part you play, Belinda.
I'm Dr. Elizabeth Merrill, believe it or not.
Oh, I'll have to be more dignified than in your presence.
I certainly hope so. And I look after Pat on land, and he looks after me on the water. Sounds a little shady, doesn't it?
Are you two an item on the show, A Man from Atlantis? Are you...
You mean, are we steaming?
Yeah.
No.
No, my contact lens I have to keep changing all the time. I get a little steamy, but...
They don't want to do
No.
that with us. They think it'll narrow down the possibilities of all the other scripts if we're, you know, too involved with each other emotionally.
And he gets all the pretty ladies, and I get new computers and new test tubes. It's great.
Do you ever have to go underwater with him?
Apparently in this show, it looks like I'm going to have to.
The one
Now,
that's starting.
how do you prepare for something like that? You just don't... That's something you just don't do the first time out. You have to really prepare yourself for that.
Well, I don't know. I'll soon find out. I've never scuba dived or anything, and I told him up front, I'm not an Olympic swimmer, you know, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen. You mightn't see me ever again. It's been nice meeting you.
I'm told that at first your character wouldn't even talk. Is that right?
The pilot we did, it was a 2-hour pilot, and the first hour of the show, I didn't say a word. I gave heavy, meaningful looks. We had a thing because I don't know whether they were afraid I couldn't talk once they let me, or they just wanted to keep it a mystery. And we would put initial in our scripts as we were going through, well, what will Mark be doing? Well, give him an HMG, which is a heavy, meaningful glance, or a very heavy, meaningful glance. You know, I have different looks I can give at the drop of a hat. So I kept going, looking until finally they gave me a word.
How do you react to HMG?
She melts.
I look the other way. I respond to something else.
Heavy, meaningful fist.
We're going to see what is called the insert tank, and that's where Patrick goes underwater, and that'll happen right after this.